I would like it back. Alrighty, guys. So I think Mr. Gaddis prefaced, like, we're doing this, the dividing whole numbers, like long division, to help us with the next lesson when we're dividing with decimals in front. So like right here. So the next lesson, there will be a decimal here, and we're going to learn how to do dividing that way. But this is more of like a refresher of long division. And yesterday, a lot of people struggled with just remembering how to do it, because it's been a long time since we've done just regular long division, right? Yeah? No? Can you think about the last time you did it? Remember when that was? Miss Barrero, is that like 4th grade?
That's when they were introduced.
See, that's what I thought. It's been a hot minute. So, that's why we're going over this. So, keywords for division. What is some of the ones that you all have already? When you hear these in a word problem, you're going to think division. What's some of the words that you all have? Somebody tell me. Anything? Nothing. Split? I think I saw split on somebody's paper, right? Okay, so what's another one? Somebody tell me. Delaney? What?
Put into groups.
Put into groups, yes. So if you don't have these, you need to be writing them too, okay? Anything else? Quotient, good. There's not a whole lot of words for division. But when you see these keywords in a word problem, you're going to think divide, which today it's pretty easy. It's all division. I'll just give you that hint right now. Okay? So, here, we're going to do the dividend and the divisor. So, dividend, what's the dividend? Can anybody remember? Think back to 4th grade. Remember what the dividend is? Matthew? Oh, really? So which number here is the dividend? Do you remember? Okay, so this one's actually the dividend. And this one's the divisor. Because I'm taking this number divided by this 30. Yes, now it makes sense, right? Okay, so, but this one, look how this one's written. It's written like a fraction. Which one would be the dividend, the one that I put on the inside? Which one would that be? The dividend, the one that I'm going to put on the inside. Addie, do you think you know? No? Delaney, do you know? So look back to this one, dividend, the one on the inside. Which one of these numbers would be the one on the inside, the dividend? Michael?
The one on the top?
Yes, the one on the top. All right, so then my other one's what? Jacob, what's the other one? Down here. We use dividend up here. What?
Divisor.
Divisor, good. Awesome, okay? Now, this one's written like this. Can somebody tell me what the dividend is here? Michael? Yes, the one on the left. And then, so what's the other one, Michaela? Divisor, good. Awesome. So now we're going to practice dividing on this next section. And the boxes are there to kind of help you line everything up, because it's important to line everything up, especially when you get to the subtraction part of long division. Okay? So this first one, right here. So which one would be my dividend, the one that goes on the inside here? It's kind of already there, but which one is that? Michael? Right, the bigger number, right? That 1,133. So I'm going to move that down here. 1, 1, 3, 4. So my divisor is what? Delaney? The 27. So that goes out here. So now I'm going to think about 27. Can it go into 1? No. Can it go into 11? No. So I'm going to have to do 27 into 113, right? Okay, so can somebody give me a number that they think might work? 27 times what? You can do it on your calculator. There you go. So 27 times, Jacob, what do you think?
3,500.
What?
3,501.
Well, think about it. I'm trying to get 27 times a number would give me either 113 or as close to 113 as I can get. Law? 27 times 4. Let's see what that is. What's 4 times 7? 28. And then I carry that 2. 4 times 2? 8 plus 2? 10. Good. Yes. So look, I'm really, really close with 108. I'm really, really close to 113, right? So now I'm just going to subtract. What's 8 minus, or what's 3 minus 8? I can't do that, right? So then I'm going to have to borrow from over here. That makes this 13. And that makes this 0. Now, 13 minus 8. Somebody tell me. Jacob? 5, yes. Now I've got to bring this extra number down because 27 can't go into 5, right? 5's too small. So now 27 into 54. I forgot to put the 4 up there. Can somebody tell me 27 into 54? So what times 27 would give me either 54 or as close to 54 as I can get? Law? 2 times. Yes. What does that give me? It does give me 54.
So basically your answer is...
So then I'm subtracting again, and this time I'm left with 0, and I'm done. Okay? So we're going to set this one up, and then I want you all to solve this one, okay? So which one is the dividend? The bigger number that goes, I just gave it away, but the one that goes on the inside. Jacob?
Top.
Right. So that 3,672. And the divisor?
The divisor is 18.
Right. Okay. So think about it. You're not going to do into 3 because 3 is too small. 3 is too small. So 18 into 36. You all start working this one out. And I'm going to come around and look. Remember, it's 18 times what will give you either as close to 36 as you can get or 36. See, 18 times something will give you either 36 or as close to 36 as you can get. So you can try which one won't change it. 2, 3, 4. So I think everybody's kind of in the same spot. And I thought this might happen. So, how many times will 18 go into 36? 2 times. And is that exactly 36? Okay. So then I'm going to subtract. Uh-oh, that gives me 0. anybody remember what you do now? Matthew?
You bring the 7 down?
I do bring the 7 down, yes. But it's just 7, right? Because really that's a placeholder and I don't need it. Will 18 go into 7? No. So I've got to put the 0 up here because it's not going to go into it. Now what do I do? Addie, what do I do next? Do you know?
2 down.
Yes, bring the 2 down. Good. Okay, now I'm going to have to do 18 into 72. So 18 times what will give me either 72 or close to that? Well, 4 times, and that's what? 72. Oops. And then I'm going to subtract and 0. Awesome. Okay, so this one, our dividend is right here, the 5,224, and the divisor, I'm dividing it by 8. 8 will not go into 5, so I move on 8 into 52. And I'm going to try 8 times 5. What's 8 times 5? 8 times 5? 40. So I wonder if I could go one more. What's 8 times 6?
48.
Yes. I'm going to use 6, and then I'm going to subtract. And here I can't do 2 minus 8, so I have to borrow. And that makes that 12. That makes this 4. 12 minus 8, what's that? Haley? 12 minus 8, what? 4, yes. Now bring down this 2. 42. 8 into 42. Somebody tell me that one. Eight times what, Matthew?
5.
Yes. What does that give me?
40.
Yes. What do I do next? And then what do I have left?
2.
Just 2. Now what do I do?
Bring the 4 down.
I bring this 4 all the way down. And then will 8 go into 24 evenly?
Yeah.
How many times? 3. Great. Okay, so now we're about to come up to a word problem. So we're looking for keywords to tell us to divide. But, like I said earlier, everything is already division. But we're still going to underline those keywords. So, I'll move it up just a little bit. Does someone want to read this out loud? Jacob?
The school supply company is packing 6 crayons in preparation for back to school shopping. In the day of the company produces 9,504 crayons. If they are packing in boxes of 24, how many boxes of crayons did the company make?
Okay. So in this one, it's kind of hard to tell what words here mean divide. But can you tell me a word that would let you know that you're going to divide here? Jacob?
How many?
How many? Yeah, that tells me that I've got to figure something out, right? I'm going to have to do math to figure something out. Matthew?
The 2 numbers.
The 2 numbers. Yeah, there's a really big number here, and then the small number. But it's saying then how many boxes of crayons did the company make? So it's talking about the boxes into the crayons. Or how many crayons per box, right? Okay, so which one of these, which number here is going to be my dividend, the one that goes on the inside? Michael? Right. And then what's my divisor? What am I dividing by, Michaela? 24. Yes. All right. So 24 won't go into 9, so I'm going to move over to 95. 24 times what will either give me 95 or as close to 95 as I can get. So think about it. 24 times what? Well, times what? The trash cans are really loud. He said 3. He said 3. Okay, yes, 3. And what does that give me?
No, wait. 72.
Yeah, because think about it. Okay, so look. If I did 12 times 4, oh, 24. 24 times 4, that's 96. That's just one more. I'm looking for 95. So I can't use times 4. So that's why it's times 3. And then 24 times 3 gives me 72. Now I have to subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. And then 9 minus 7 is 2. 24 can't go into 23. I've got to bring this 0 down. So now 24 into 230. Can somebody tell me that? 24 times what? It's a pretty big number. Anybody know? Matthew? 9, yes. What does that give me? 216. And now I'm going to subtract. I've got to borrow 10, 2. So 10 minus 6 is 4. 2 minus 1, 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. Then I have another 4 over here. There's one more number. So I've got to bring that down. And 144. 24 into 144. How many times? Okay, 6 times. Is that even?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to have to write really small. But when I subtract all of that, I get 0 left. So this is a word problem. We talked about this forever. With word problems, can I just leave this as 396? And that be my answer, I'm done. Michael, what do I have to do? I have to put words with it, right? So what's it asking me? Well, right, so boxes. We can just say boxes, or it's specifically boxes of crayons. So you could say that too. Or just boxes is fine. And then when you turn to the next page, I know you're ready to move on. We're not going to do all of these because it's very repetitive and there's not a whole lot of space on here. So we're going to do just a few of these together and we'll do the word problem at the bottom and then we'll move on to the homework, okay? Alright, so let's pick, let's see. Let's do this one up here at the top. So, my divisor, the one that goes on the inside. Out of these two numbers here, which one's the one that goes on the inside, the divisor? Michael? Right, that bigger one. So, 10,000, which I'm not going to put the commas because later we're going to have decimals and it could get confusing. And then 79 is on the inside. And which one is my divisor? Delaney? 229. So it goes on the outside. Now, 29 can't go into 1. 29 can't go into 10. So then I have to do 29 into 101. You all work this one out. You can tell me how to do it. Mm-hmm. So remember, it's 29 times a number will either get you 101 exactly, or as close to that as you can get without going over. So if you get 102, you can't use that number. You're getting closer. Good. So you can start, like, well, you know, 1 won't work, right, because it's not going to change anything. So then do 2. And then if 2 is still, maybe you can go 1 more, you can try 3. So whenever your pencils are down and you're looking at the board, I know that you would be ready to move on, or just stuck and waiting for us to go over the answer. And that's okay if you're stuck. Remember, it's okay if you're stuck. That's why we're going over them. I like how Law, when he worked it all the way out, he went back, because you can always do this. I could just simply put this in my calculator and get the answer, right? It would give me a nice, neat number. But the whole point in us working this out is because later we're going to have to use and work with decimals. We won't get a nice, clean answer. So we have to figure out how to get there. So what Law did was he divided in his calculator after he had worked it out, the original problem, and he saw that it didn't match. So he knew that he did something incorrectly. Okay? We're going to go ahead. So 29 into 101, how many times is that? Delaney? 3 times, and what does that give you? 87. So then when you subtracted, what did you get? When you subtract this, what do you get? You get what? 100. Well, it's 14, right? So where did that 7 come from?
You brought it down.
You brought it down. Okay, good. Now what? Jacob?
You subtract 145 from 150.
How did you get that 145 though?
You take 29 and 5 and you get 145.
So you did 29 times 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Then you subtract it and you get 29. 2 and then you bring down your 9. And then you got one more.
2, yes. And then you bring down your 9. And then
You do. So
it's 1, right?
Yeah. So you-
Okay. So I think you all are getting this concept. We're just going to do one more of these. And then we'll do the word problem. And then we'll move on to the homework, okay? Because this is very repetitive. I know that you all know how to do this. But once we get to the word problems, it gets a little trickier, okay? So, let's do, which one do you all want to do?
I don't know, either one.
You have a preference? I don't care. It's kind of all the same at the end of the day.
41.
Which, this one next?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to mark out these over here. And this one. 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 And this one.
Wow.
Well, I want you all to have plenty of time to work on the homework together. Because this time we're going to do it a little bit differently. And you all are going to work together on the homework. Okay? Alright. So, here. 41 cannot go into 2, cannot go into 29. We have to do 299. So, 41, let's do, I'm going to work it out over here. 41 times, let's see, let's do 4. So 4 times 1 is 4, and then 4 times 4 would be 16. I'm getting closer. So let's try 41 times 6. 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 4 is what? Oh, I bet I can go maybe one more. Law, can I go one more?
Yes.
Okay. So, what is 41 times 7? Michael?
287.
Yeah, 287. Okay, so this is really small. So we said times 7, and you said 287. Now what do I do? Subtract. What do I have left? Matthew, what do I have left when I subtract? So I'm going to do 9 minus 7 is what?
2.
And then 9 minus 8.
1.
Now what do I do? Well, 2 minus 2 is what? That would be 0. So I'm not even going to put a 0 there. So, but now what do I do? Because 41 can't go into 12. Law? Alright, I bring down this 3. So then, 41 into 123. Does that go evenly?
Yay, I'm done.
Law, how many times?
3 times.
3 times. Good. And that gives you 123, and when I subtract, I have nothing left. So no, I'm done. Which again, remember, we can go back, and what you should always do, because I could, before I even started the problem, I could do 2993 divided by 41. Bam. I get this nice, pretty number. It already gives me the 73. But we have to figure out the steps to get there, because later, our next lesson, it involves decimals, and we're not going to have these nice, pretty numbers. So you're going to have to figure out how to get there and get those decimals. It's not that much more work, but that's why we're practicing this now, because it's been a long time since you've done long division. Okay, let's read this. Remember, if you miss anything, I can always give you my copy for later, okay? But let's go ahead and work out this problem. Does somebody want to read it? Somebody besides Jacob. He read the last one, and I'm so thankful. But does somebody else want to read it?
Don't need to read it.
Addie, can you read it for me, please?
Sure.
Thank you. I knew that you were just so overjoyed and could not wait till I called your name. Okay.
Better Brew Coffee Shop receives an order of 2,368 pounds of coffee. On average, they brew 37 pounds per day. How many days worth of coffee did they receive?
How many days worth of coffee? Okay. So I see some keywords here that tell me to divide. That on average, we didn't talk about that one, but on average, yes. And then the 37 pounds per day. So you all tell me, and I want you to use the correct words. We have that divisor and the dividend. Which one is which here? Michael? The bigger number is what? Yes. So what does that mean? It goes where? Yeah, on the inside. So then that makes 37 what? The divisor, yes, because I'm dividing by it. Okay, so you all, I'm going to give you another chance to work it out. So 37 doesn't go into 2 or 23, so you've got a 236. Megan, did you already figure it out?
Yeah, it's already done.
What?
You want to come see it?
I will. I'll come over there. Or are you going to bring it to me?
Bring it to you.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you. I love how you're paying attention.
I
Following
was
along
never
today.
paying attention.
What? You don't tell me that.
You were a smart boy. I don't even pay attention to this.
This one, I mean, you get some nice pretty numbers. That's not easy.
I'm gonna go ahead and start my phone.
But you don't know which ones we're going to do together.
You can do all of them.
I know all of you can do all of them.
I'm gonna do all of them. Alright, let's just get
I like how Law checked himself whenever he was finished. He put it in the calculator to see if he was right. Yeah, so you can do that 37 times 2 in the calculator. And you did that. So you might want to use a bigger number.